Huh. I don't know whether I should be annoyed or if I kind of expected this. Game 1 was nice. Game 1 was very, very nice. I was pumped up. Aaron Nola with a gem. Honestly, last night, in my other recap, I was basically, I guess, predicting the future. Because I said Aaron Nola had to basically pitch a gem today in order for the bullpen game to happen. Aaron Nola does pitch the gem. He goes complete game, full 7 innings in the first game of the doubleheader as the Phillies win that game by a score of 11-0. But then the game 2 happened, and the bullpen game happened, and the offense fell very quiet, very, very quiet, and they lose game 2 5-3. And now out of this 7-game series against the Miami Marlins, they have lost 2 out of 7 so far, and they've only won 1 game. I don't know. I feel like I should be mad. I don't know. I guess I kind of expected this. I expected it to turn out this way. This is probably why I'm not as disappointed, I guess, or as mad. I guess you have to win these 2 games. Yes, these games are very, very crucial. But I'm not as mad because I expected this, I guess. I think that's why. I expected Aaron Nola to do his thing. I expected him to toss a gem. Didn't expect it to be that good. It's 11-0 game, and he goes complete, and that was nice. I love that he went the complete game. By far, I love that. But I guess I expected what happened in game 2 just because, okay, offense goes out in game 1. They score 11 runs. Okay, they probably just used all their magic dust for the rest of the day. They're not going to do anything in game 2. And look what happened. They only scored 3 runs. And also credit the bullpen gave up 5 runs as well. But the offense, they need to give me more. They need to give me more. Like, I guess, is there a momentum pull for game 1? Like, you literally just scored 11 runs in game 1. How do you not somehow factor that into game 2? How are the bats not basically awake for game 2 either? I understand it's like a game 1 and game 2 directly back to back right next to each other. But there's 7 innings, you just scored 11 runs in game 1, you gotta have some type of momentum going into the other game. And you only scored 3 runs with basically the same lineup? It's not good enough. The offense didn't do anything in game 2. They did everything in game 1, and Nola did his thing. Bullpen, basically what you expect. They're going to allow runs. The offense just didn't get the job done. It's like, you can gripe on the bullpen as much as you want, but it's basically their MO at this point. They're going to give up runs, and especially if you're having a bullpen game, you're expected to give up runs. And the offense, they didn't do their job in game 2. And then now you split the doubleheader, and you lose 2 of the first 3 games of this 7-game series to Miami. And to the Phillies, I guess a little bit of bad luck right here. They could have came within half a game of the Atlanta Braves today because they just lost to the Washington Nationals in extra innings. So the Phillies, if they won both of these games of the doubleheader, they could have been a half a game back of first place. So that also hurts a little bit. And I guess that just also shows how tight the division is right now. I honestly didn't expect it to be this close. Just because this division can be really a dumpster fire right here, but then you get the Marlins playing way above their expectations. And you got the Braves, they're not running away with the division like everyone expected them to. The Mets are still there. They're in the chase too. The Nats, they're not kind of in it. They're kind of in the basement right now because they're not playing up to their expectations. But there's basically a 4-team race right here in the NL East. And I didn't expect it to be this close. And the Phillies were this close to first place. And they would have been a half game if they won both games today. Well, it didn't happen. But I guess we also just can't have nice things. I guess that can also be the description of today. We just can't have nice things. The Phillies just cannot, for some reason, sweep a doubleheader. They cannot, for some reason, beat the Miami Marlins. They can only beat the Miami Marlins when they have Aaron Nola on the mound. I guess that's where I'm getting at right here. Aaron Nola on the mound, okay, you could beat the Marlins. Or if it's Zach Wheeler, but who knows when he's going to pitch because the whole fingernail situation and just like that's completely Phillies. You can't make this up. It's ridiculous at this point. So let's go over the good game. Let's go over game 1. Because that was the actual enjoyment out of today. Like I said, Aaron Nola, complete game. I think he went no hit. He went no hit innings for I think the first 4 or 5 innings of this ball game. And hey, he was pitching good. And hey, he got the complete game. Even though some people are going to say, "Oh, it's 7 innings. It's not a real game. It's not a real complete game." He did it. He did it. He got the job done. He went the full distance. It's his first complete game. It's his first complete game shutout of his career. Let the guy have it. So, he goes 7 full innings, 3 hits allowed, no earned runs, no walks, and 10 Ks. Really good out of the pitching staff right there for Aaron Nola. And hey, we had the bullpen went perfect in this game because we had to use no bullpen guys. Saved them all for game 2 of this doubleheader. Oh boy. And offensively, we do score 11 runs, but all those runs came in the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th inning. The first 2 innings, the Phillies really can't get anything going. Aaron Nola doing his sting out there. And then we get to the top of the 3rd inning. Adam Hazley gets on with a double, and then Andrew McCutchen just hits an absolute bomb to left field, and he makes it 2-0. Then Rhys Hoskins, he gets on with a single. JT also gets on. And then you have 2 men on for Gene Segura. He hits a double, and he scores 2 guys, and it's a 4-0 Phillies lead. And then we're not done here. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Phil Gosselin gets on with a fielding error. Then Alec Bohm gets a single, which drives Gosselin over the 3rd. And then Adam Hazley gets a single, which scores Gosselin to make it 5-0. Then Cutch gets a single, makes it 6-0. And then Rhys Hoskins brings out the golf club. He brings out the 9-iron, and he golfs it out in the left field. It's a 9-0 game. 9-0, Aaron Nola on the mound, get the job done. And hey, the Phillies, they still tack on a couple more runs right here. Didi gets on in the 5th inning with a single. Then Alec Bohm just gets the job done. He gets the job done. He gets hits, he gets on base, and he drives runners when they're in scoring position. The kid is legit. The power will come. But hey, he's getting hits. He's making solid contact. The power is going to come eventually. Because a kid of that size, he is going to develop some power. And he's shown power down in the minor leagues too. And the way he's hitting the ball right now, it's going to eventually come. The power is going to come. But hey, he's making a great case right now for Rookie of the Year. So let's enjoy it. He makes it 10-0 on that RBI double. And then Adam Hazley comes up. He drives in another run with a double. He drives in Bohm, makes it 11-0. And that's basically, that's the rest of the game. That is the rest of the game. The Marlins do break up the no-hitter in the 5th inning, but Aaron Nola gets the job done. It's 11-0, and it's Aaron Nola on the mound. What more can you expect from him? What more can you expect from the rest of that game? Aaron Nola was going to shut it down. He was in the 7th inning. He got over 100 pitches, but hey, he gets the job done. There was a couple runners on in the 7th inning, but he gets the job done. He does. And if you look at the rest of the lineup, for game 1 of this doubleheader, Andrew McCutchen goes 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs, including that 2-run shot. Rhys Hoskins, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs of himself with that 3-run shot. Bryce Harper goes 0 for 4. Bryce Harper has been in a huge slump. It's gotten to the point where it's kind of getting ugly. It's kind of getting ugly, and you gotta be like, come on, dude, you gotta wake up. Thankfully, the rest of the lineup is waking up and winning these games while Bryce Harper is just sitting here not doing anything, and he's kind of slumping. Come on, dude, you gotta pick it up. Thankfully, the rest of the offense has been picking up the pace for Bryce Harper. He needs to get going. He needs to get going, and I'm a huge Harper supporter. I am, but you know when a guy's got to step up. This dude, he was off to one of the biggest hot starts this season, and now he's in the biggest slumps of the season. He's got to pick it up because his average, I think, is right around the 240s or something like that. And like a couple weeks ago, he was up in the 300s, so it's been taking quite a dip. He's been in a major slump, and it's ugly, and he needs to get it going. Some of the swings I saw in both games today, it's so ugly. Look, some of those at-bats looked like he just wanted to get out of there. He's in some type of slump. I don't know if he's in his head or something like that. If he's putting too much pressure on himself, I just don't know. But he needs to get out of it. He needs to find a way to wake up. Then JT Realmuto goes 0 for 3. He did wake up a little bit in game 2, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Gene Segura goes 1 for 3 with those 2 RBIs on that double. Didi goes 1 for 4. Phil Gosselin goes 1 for 4. Alec Bohm goes 2 for 4 with that RBI. And Adam Hazley had himself a game 3 for 4 with those 2 RBIs. And the offense, like I said, woke up this game, and they got a W. Aaron Nola did his thing. And now you go to game 2. You go to game 2. Let me flip my notes. Because, I got a lot of stuff for game 2. Flip the old notebook right here and go to game 2. Jesus. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, oh boy. Because game 2, it's just like, you're going in with the bullpen. And you know it's going to be something going in there. You know the Marlins are going to score runs this game. So you're really going to have to expect the offense to kind of pick up the slack right here. And it doesn't. It kind of doesn't. The Phillies do score runs first in this ballgame. They do. But I want to go over the pitching first. Blake Parker. Blake Parker actually did good. He was the starter technically in today's game, the opener. He goes 2 innings, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, and he struck out 3. He did his job for the first 2 innings that he pitched. He did his job. Heath Hembry, not good. Not good at all. Goes 2/3 of an inning, allows 1 hit, 1 earned run, and that was a home run. And I think I saw a stat today that ever since Hembry was traded to this team, he's allowed 6 home runs, and I think he hasn't pitched that much, and he's allowed 6 home runs. Not good. Not good at all, and that was a bomb by the Marlins right there. Then Suarez comes in, he looks terrible. Oh boy, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, he only goes 1/3 of an inning. 3 earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, not good at all. Hale comes in, goes an inning and 1/3, allows 3 hits, 1 walk. He doesn't allow runs, surprisingly. And then Phelps comes in, goes an inning and 2/3, allows 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. What more are you going to expect from the bullpen? What more? It's just that you're going into the game with a bullpen. You know something bad's going to happen. You know this bullpen's going to give up runs. That's been their MO the entire season. They give up runs. And today you had to, even though the offense woke up in game 1, they scored 11 runs. But the offense really needed to step up in this game too. They had to find a way to bring that momentum from game 1 over, and they didn't. They did not. They struggled today with runners in scoring position. Once again, they go 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They had 11 hits in this game, and they only scored 3 runs. It's not good enough. You scored 11 runs in game 1. How do you not find a way to get some momentum off that? How do you not bring that into game 2 with basically the same exact lineup? I would say the only difference was Nat was your starting catcher and Torres was playing for Didi. That was basically the only difference. I would say so. It's not good enough. The offense didn't get it done today. Like I said, the Phillies do score first, and they do it once again in the top of the 3rd inning. Andrew Knapp reaches on with a single. Andrew McCutchen gets on. And then Rhys Hoskins gets a little bit of luck right here. He grounds it right to the pitcher. He bobbles it a little bit. Andrew Knapp able to score off of that. And it takes away the double play because the pitcher bobbled the ball a little bit. So it goes 1-0 Phillies right there. Bryce Harper does work a walk right after that. And JT pops up and nothing really goes on right after that. It's 1-0 Phillies after 3. And then you go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is when Hembry comes in. He gets 1 out. And then Lewis Brinson, just a bomb to left field. A bomb, and it's a tie game at 1 apiece. A couple more runners get on in this inning, but the Marlins, they're not able to tack on any more runs. And then we go to the top of the 4th inning. Alec Bohm gets on with a 2-out double, and not really able anything going right there. Andrew Knapp strikes out right after that. And then we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and this is when Suarez comes in to replace Hale. And it's, oh God. This is where it just went completely off the list right here. Get Brian Anderson, he gets a single. And then Garrett Cooper gets a single. You got 2 runners on right here. Then Diaz, he gets an RBI single, which makes it 2-1 Marlins. And then Miguel Rojas, he gets a single. Then we got a couple runners on right here for the Marlins as well. And then, as soon as you know it, it's Jorge Alfaro. And he gets a 2-run single right there. Jorge Alfaro just likes to torch the Phillies for some odd reason. And it's 4-1 Marlins. And there we go with the bullpen, allowing runs right there. And the Phillies, they tack on a run in the top of the 5th inning. Torres gets on with a double. And then Andrew McCutchen gets a nice bloop single in the center field. And it was read completely well by Torres. It was a great read. He was running all the way, and he got home, and the Phillies make it a 4-2 ball game. The Phillies got a couple more runs on right there, and you get the bases loaded. And Adam Hazley comes up, pinch hitting for Gosselin. And he grounded out. So Adam Hazley, after the really good first game, didn't get the job done right here. And there's been a couple moments in this series where he's had a lot of chances to drive in runs. He's gotten his chances. He's gotten some hits with runners in scoring position this series. But there was also crucial moments. There was a crucial moment in Game 1 where he had a chance in the top of the 8th inning to drive in some runs. He didn't do it. He had a crucial moment right here with the bases loaded. Couldn't get it done. And he couldn't drive any more runs home. And it's still a 4-2 lead for the Marlins. And the Marlins, they tack on another run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Makes it 5-2. The Phillies, they try to get a little bit of runs going in the 7th inning. Bryce Harper, he gets a ground rule double. JT drives him in with a single. It's a 5-3 ball game. The Phillies got a couple more runners on. They have the tying runner on for Gene Segura, and he strikes out. And that is your ball game. That is your doubleheader right there. The Phillies right now are 22-20 on the season, and they have lost 2 out of 7 so far. Well, not 2 out of 7. 2 out of the first 3 games in this 7-game series to the Miami Marlins. And they have yet to sweep a doubleheader, I think, for a long time. So, and you got another doubleheader coming up in this series on Sunday. And I think Spencer Howard is going tomorrow against Urias. So, hopefully Spencer Howard can pitch good. And hopefully the offense can wake up more. Because I still just find it weird that you score 11 runs in Game 1. And you don't find a way to build that momentum off in Game 2. Just, how does that correlate? How does that happen? You score 11 runs, and you only score 3 in Game 2. Where does that come from? You basically have the same exact lineup. If you look at throughout the lineup, Cutch goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. Reese goes 0 for 4 with the RBI ground out. Bryce Harper goes 1 for 3. JT goes 3 for 4 with an RBI. Gene Segura goes 1 for 3. Phil Gosselin goes 0 for 2. Then was replaced by Hazley, who then grounded out with the bases loaded. Gosselin goes 0 for 2. Hazley goes 0 for 1. Alec Bohm continues to get hits. He goes 2 for 3. Andrew Knapp goes 1 for 3. Torreyes goes 1 for 2 when he scored the run off the Andrew McCutchen bloop single. Then Didi came in late in the game for a pinch hit situation. He goes 0 for 1. So, 11 hits total, 3 scored runs. The Phillies were 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position in this game. Not good enough. It's not good enough. And the Phillies, for some reason, they just cannot find a way to beat this team. The Miami Marlins. I understand the Marlins they're playing way above their expectations. They're playing way above their playing field. I still don't believe they're a good team. But hey, you got to give credit where credit is due at this point, and they're up with the top teams in this division. Still, the Phillies aren't a top team in this division. They probably would be if they had a better bullpen. But what more do you expect from a bullpen game from the Phillies? They're going to allow runs. I blame this more on the offense in Game 2, not getting the job done. You got the job done in Game 1 because you gave Nola run support. And Nola did his thing. He threw the complete game. You didn't have to worry about the bullpen. You had to worry about the bullpen here, and you knew they were going to allow runs. They allowed 5. I feel like that's kind of enough to get some run support right there and kind of win this game. Honestly, I expected the run differential to be way worse in this game. I expected the Marlins to go all out just because it was the bullpen. But 5 runs, honestly, that was I didn't expect to be that low. The offense, they needed to do something today. They didn't do it. They had their chances. Adam Hazley, like I said, with the bases loaded, had a chance to tie the game, maybe take the lead. He didn't get the job done. And Gene Segura, he was the last man on. He was a tie man at base. He wasn't able to do anything right there. He struck out with the pitch right down the middle. Right down the middle. And he struck out. Not good enough. It's not good enough. And you have to win this series because this series is just so crucial. It is so crucial right now. Because like I said yesterday, this is basically the most important series of your season. One regardless, because it's a 7-game series. You got 2 doubleheaders in there. And also, this can make or break your chance to get into the postseason. And like I said, I don't expect the Phillies to be a first-place team. I don't expect them to win the division. I do feel it's more realistic to either get the second-place spot or maybe crack in with the wild card. I feel like second place is probably the best option that they can get, just because they're so neck and neck with these other teams. The Marlins, the Mets, the Nationals are not within there right now. And the Braves, they're kind of slumping a little bit too. So the Phillies are getting their chances to creep behind the Braves for first place. They could have been a half game tonight if they won both of these games. They didn't. And now I think they're a game and a half back now with the Braves' loss. So it's, no, actually, not a game and a half. I still think they're a game back of the Braves. Maybe a game and a half, I'm not entirely sure. I have to check that later. But still, you had a chance to creep in a half game behind them. You didn't get the job done. You split the doubleheader. You lose 2 out of the first 3 games of this series. And you have to find ways to win. You got Spencer Howard on the mound tomorrow. Then you're going to have the doubleheader on Sunday. You still have no idea if Zach Wheeler is going to be pitching in this series with the whole situation going on with his fingernail. Have to find a way to get the job done. Find a way to beat the damn Miami Marlins. They're not a good team. Beat them. Beat them. I know it sounds... I know I'm trying to make it sound simple, but they're not a good team. Beat them. I know they're playing way above their heads this year. Beat them. Find a way. Find a way to beat them, because if you lose this series to Miami, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and basically that you can kiss your season goodbye right there. Find a way to win this series. Find a way to beat the damn Marlins. I'm going to regress right there. So, what are your thoughts on these 2 games? What are your thoughts on the first game, the offense exploding and Aaron Nola pitching his gem? What are your thoughts on game 2, the offense going silent? Basically a bullpen game. Did you expect basically that from game 2? Or did you expect more from the offense? So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time after tomorrow's game.